Stop by to interact with the community and I every Friday night at 8 o'clock for live stream Fridays.
Welcome, trolls. First sees all.
Bienvenido. Welcome, everyone. What can I say? The support is amazing, and so is the research and all the findings. Do you guys not think it's just amazing that some being, human or not, could possibly be on the surface of the moon? This is with the cgx-l 1400 Edge high definition telescope. We can see the amazing colors, and now, especially since the Nikon D850 is at the back of the telescope, we can see quite an exceptional view. Welcome, everyone. Hi, I'm Bruce Swartz from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I'm hoping the snow is going to stop at one point. It's getting pretty crazy here. It's continually snowing, freezing rain, raining, clouds. The moon is back out. Not enough for me tonight to be able to get it, but I am filming right now as you guys are watching this video with my infrared camera all around the moon. And what do I say around the moon? It's too small to take the big scope out, and it's almost over the horizon, but it's on the elliptical, and that's where the fun is. The UFOs, where the moon and the sun goes by, where it rises, where they both rise, and where they set. Follow that line during the day, analyze where they come up and go down, both of them pretty much in the same area. And that's where I'm finding the UFOs, and that's where I'm finding all the meteors and asteroids and whatnot, satellites. I doubt satellites. You know, satellites are pretty small, that's for sure. But again, we could probably see some of their flashing lights. I'm not going to linger too long in the infrared in this video, maybe under a minute, but I do want to show you something. The lights that I'm capturing with the infrared camera interact really differently, meaning the way it's going to flash, it's helping me find out more of what it is. So right off the bat, now I'm not thinking asteroid. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It's flashing on and off. Not like a plane, but still, it's flashing. So I'm trying to find out what the heck it is. But watch near the end of the frame. This is what I always like. When you're following these objects, these unknown celestial objects, whoops, something's happening. I think it just split up. There's the debris on the right, and watch on each side of the circle here what's going to happen. There you go. I think that's pretty cool, because we'll see it here a couple frames, because it's slowing it down to see what's actually happening. Keeping a time in a moment in time, freezing it and analyzing it and playing it back over again. Imagine getting that chance, you know? For me, it's always exceptional doing so. So let's talk about briefly again a couple of interesting things as we're going to jump into the UFO research. I want to show you guys some firing UFOs, okay? Crazy explosions on the surface and projectiles being launched from these UFOs. This is, yeah, probably a UFO, unless it's a space station. I think it pretty much is. But if you want to get an idea, this is the size exactly it looks like with a 14-inch telescope, as I am capturing the space station pass between Earth and the moon. Looks like it's going to land on the moon, actually. It's said that the International Space Station is about the size of a soccer field. So there's your soccer field. How close is it from me right now as I'm looking at it? Try to give you the best idea that I can. So they say the information online, 408 kilometers over top of us. Apparently the ISS space station is very easy to see with the naked eye on a clear day. What? Have you guys ever seen a space station with your eyes during the day? Okay, I don't know. Hey, listen, guys. Maybe the fireball that I see every summer 2-3 times a month, maybe that fireball is a space station. I have to really think about that one. I've seen fireballs during the day, guys. I much prefer think it's the space station than think it's something evil. What am I pointing at? Activity on the surface of the moon. What type of activity? I have no idea. We see Earth from afar. It really does look like the moon. I'm really looking at more and more photos. I will be sharing some with you very, very soon. The active movements on the surface, whether it be an accumulation of those dusts, clouds, of course, oscillation. It's an accumulation of everything, but there are objects on the surface moving around. What do we see on Earth that's moving around like that? Usually it's cars. Doesn't mean that there's cars on the moon, but it doesn't mean that there is not. Let's take a look at the most amazing UFO I think we've ever seen in our lives. In my life, anyways. It's shooting smoke out. What the heck's going on? What's up with this one? A craft possibly changing shapes or forms. It seems to take on a triangular form at the beginning as I catch it really fast, and then it just looks like it's nothing now. Now, whoops, a fire. But you see that smoke? If it's not smoke, guys, you know what it is? It's the lights of these unidentified flying objects that are clarifying the bloody smoke, haze, or cloud. So it has to be either one. Look at the lights popping up beside it. This is so intriguing on the surface of the moon. This is not the only cloud UFO, let's call them, that I've captured, guys. That's pretty freaky. We're going to look at fires on the surface. One hell of an impressive fire on the surface. I have so much footage that I'm going through so fast, there's a smoke. Or, again, the light in the smoke that's on the surface. Or it's smoke coming from the craft. Who knows? Watch this. The light lights up here. Then it goes over there. Like, what the heck? All this simultaneously while this beautiful cloud UFO is just... Check that out, guys. I mean, watch the smoke appear because of that light. And then it just goes way out. It sort of disappears, but reappears, but only the smoke, no light. And we'll see other lights around it. Now here it's intensifying. It's really, you wonder what the heck it is that you're seeing, but it really doesn't matter not knowing what it is. We're seeing something, and we know something's there. So flaring up with this light going towards it. What is going on? And this is on the surface of the moon. This is right beside Clavis crater, actually. So this beautiful object flaring up, a light beside it going towards it, flaring up. But this object or craft, do you see the surface, guys? How bright it got when this UFO cleared, intensified? It lit up the whole surface underneath it. These objects are not small. Their lights are very, very, very bright. But maybe it's just the big lights that we're seeing. And inside those lights, maybe it's smaller crafts. I don't know. What's happening here on the surface? Is there a war going on down there? These unidentified flying objects are shooting out projectiles on the surface. They're coming out of darkness. They're lighting up. They're hiding in the darkness. And what the heck is this? Pure fire on the surface. They say, have you ever seen fire? They say, like the space station, they say it's in free fall. They only have a blue flame. They don't see any fire in the space station. But why would they see it in space like this, though? I don't know. Some will say it's over Earth. It's pretty incredible. I'm telling you that. Over Earth. It's definitely not over Earth. It's bloody fire. Pretty incredible. Watch this, the back. Pow! 15 or 20 UFOs or projectile lights, and the surface lights up and then goes down in intensity. Let's see it like this with the X-ray filter. I love seeing it like this. Triangular shape at the beginning, and then, I don't know. It goes all crazy, right? This one was absolutely amazing with a strong magnification. You're actually looking through pure crystal to see the little bugger on the surface. Not very easy to see. 6 miles long and approximately 1 mile wide, and that's based on the crater that's right beside it. These objects are UFOs that have never been seen before. Now that fire I showed you before, guys, here's where it was exactly. Here's the live footage. Again, beside the light on the right, which is a craft, by the way. So this craft is either shooting out objects. You know what it looks like? It looks like we just saw a descent to the surface out of the UFO. This object with the fire and thrusters as it's going down, slowing itself down to the surface. Who knows? But the intensity of that fire that we're looking at right here has never been seen before. We don't see fire like that on the moon. And it's not on the surface, eh? It's going down. It really is going downwards as I'm zooming up. And it looks like it's at the end of a spacecraft or something. Definitely. If not, bombs? Are we seeing bombs on the surface? Watch this. And we'll see it a couple more times because it is just absolutely incredible. These are captures that you don't see every day on the moon, and I'm always up there. And yes, as much as there are many things that happened, they're not easy to catch. I'm telling you, sometimes you really have to get your eyes sore to see the surface, right? Now watch this weird maneuvering or whatever it is. I know it's the UFO in the center, and this is in slow motion as it intensifies down. So when there's big flashes from these objects, they actually look like they're getting hot, guys. They intensify and then they throttle down or they cool off. You see them cooling off. So here, 3 projectiles beside one of the UFOs on the surface. You see a light in the projectile on the bottom there. Let's get it in black and white. You can see it, maybe a different view. Let's understand what we're looking at. So there's a UFO in this light here. And this is probably the dust or clouds around it, or the wave field, magnetic field around it. Here it is in live footage. Absolutely incredible. Star Wars, guys. On the surface of the moon. Star Wars. There's a war raging up there. They're shooting at something. These objects are shooting out light. It's beyond our imagination. If it's not a war, well, it's something entirely out of our league. We don't know what they are. It looks like it could be UFOs too, you know, that we're catching going by these other ones. Looks like there's definitely some type of fighting up there with these lights, the way they're acting. That is so not normal. It looks so aggressive when you see them. Look at them. This is aggressive fighting. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Look at the intensity of the lights around it. Who knows? Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. And they're mining. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. It's fire. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens are gone. Aliens are gone. And they may be coming soon. Aliens are gone. This is fire. And they're mining.